In TeeMasters, the lowest score wins, just like in a normal round of golf. To get started, just shuffle the 18-hole course cards and put them in a stack. The first hole will be the one showing on top. Your score starts at 0 and will go up or down or stay the same as you play each hole. You get a score on a hole by matching 3 of the scoring dice results. There are a number of possible scores you can get on a hole: par, bogey, double bogey, triple bogey, birdie, and eagle. As you play each hole, the goal is to get 3 of the scoring dice to match to receive that score on the current hole. You roll the scoring dice along with the shot die in what is called a group roll. Each player plays the hole and gets up to 3 group rolls to create a match of 3 scoring dice. You can set aside a maximum of 2 scoring dice results that you like in a sort of dice bank to build up to your final score. If you get the score you want in 1 or 2 group rolls, you can stop and take that score. You don't have to take all 3 group rolls. If you decide to try for a different score midway through your play of a hole, you can start re-rolling dice that you'd previously set aside. Be strategic in your choices as you build your score, because if after 3 group rolls you haven't secured a match of 3 scoring dice, then your score will be par or the worst score showing on the scoring dice, whichever is worse. The longer and more challenging a hole is, the more scoring dice you will roll on that hole. The par number on each hole card tells you how many scoring dice to use in your group rolls on that hole. And on every group roll, along with the appropriate number of scoring dice, you also roll the shot die. On a par 3 hole, roll these 3 scoring dice plus the shot die. On a par 4, roll these 4 scoring dice plus the shot die. And on a par 5, you'll roll all 5 scoring dice plus the shot die. This info is also available on the bottom of the scorecard for easy reference. The shot die can provide both help and hindrance as you try to build your score. Just as your score gets hurt by hazards on a real golf course, the shot die has 3 hazard results: A, B, and C. At the bottom of each hole card, you'll see that each hole can have 1 or more corresponding hazards of differing severity, including things like sand traps, wind, and water hazards. If you roll a hazard on a group roll, you get that hazard penalty listed on the hole card. You add any hazard penalties to your score when you get them. On one side of the shot die, you can also duff. We all duff on the golf course, even the pros, and you can duff in TeeMasters as well. When you roll a duff on a group roll, you have to pick up 1 die, and it has to be the best score die showing, even if it's one that you'd previously set aside. And you have to add that score die to those other scoring dice that you'll re-roll on your next group roll. If you duff on your last group roll, it could mess up your match of 3 scoring dice, just like blowing that final short putt on the green. Sand traps, lakes, duffs, wouldn't it be great to avoid all those things? Well, luckily, the shot die also has 2 great shot sides. Rolling a great shot on a group roll can be very helpful. For example, if you're on a hole with a curved fairway that has a draw fade bonus indicator in the top left corner of the hole card, then rolling a great shot on your first group roll will get you a -1 bonus for nailing that curving drive on your first shot from the tee. Or if you roll a great shot on a hole with many hazards, you can choose to stop rolling the shot die for the rest of your group rolls on the current hole and avoid additional hazard penalties on that hole altogether. Did you already receive a penalty on a prior group roll on the current hole? If so, you can use your great shot to erase 1 prior hazard penalty you've received so far on this hole, like hitting a fantastic ball out of the sand trap and landing right onto the green. Or if you want, you can use a great shot to re-roll 1 scoring die before you take your next group roll. This can be very helpful when you have 2 matches and you're just looking for that 3rd match. This is like a mini bonus roll before your next group roll. And finally, if you roll a great shot on your 3rd group roll, you can have that great shot count as your 3rd match, like sinking that long putt across the green. You'll find a list of these great shot options on the back of the scorecard for easy reference. and a matrix showing where each option can be used during your turn. Great shots can greatly help improve your scores on a hole, so choose wisely how you utilize them. When you play TeeMasters with multiple players, one player plays the current hole, up to 3 group rolls, completely, followed by the next player, then the next. Once everyone finishes the current hole, set it aside and move on to the next hole card. Once you've played the first 9 hole cards, turn the stack over and play the back 9. Whichever player has the lowest score at the end of all holes is the winner. That's it. You're ready to play. Enjoy TeeMasters.